today it's a privilege to be able to bring you up to date with a charity endeavour that's lasted the last 12 months at True Potential. It's been led by one of my fellow senior partners, by Gregg Lang. Gregg, before we get into the detail of what's happened today, I think this has been the culmination of 12 months hard work. Maybe you could rewind back to January, maybe you could talk a bit more about, as the t-shirt says, Run Gregg Run, and
yes,
what that means and who you've been supporting.
So it started probably 12 months exactly to the week where we each festive time raised money for Cash for Kids. Last year and the year previous we done collections. We had a present drop-off point under the tree, and I kind of scratched my head and thought maybe we can do a little bit more. Yeah. I think obviously always doing more is, you know, it's even in our strap line, do more. So I looked online, I sort of looked at a few different challenges I could set myself and almost pair it with the charity. So one I stumbled across, a lot of people have done on their bicycle. Not many have ran it, which is the Land's End to John O'Groats Run. So over 1,000 miles. And I've done that over the course of the year.
Yeah. So the charity you're supporting, Gregg, is Cash for Kids. As you say, True Potential have supported them.
Yes.
What exactly do Cash for Kids do?
So at this time of year, there's probably a lot of children going to school who are dreading a conversation with their classmates about what they've asked for. What presents are under the tree? Well, for these boys and girls, probably nothing. It's not a time of year for them to look forward to. So the more I looked into it, the more I actually understood about it. And there's some retailers out there as well. They have collection points where you can go in the store, buy maybe 2 or 3 extra presents, and leave it at the door to be collected, or be like us and have a collection point at the office.
So you've decided to run, as the t-shirt says, Land's End to John O'Groats, which is more than 1,000 miles. And I remember you saying right at the start of the year as well that you wanted to make sure we beat last year's target. I think
yes.
we raised about £12,000, and we'll maybe do a bit of a grand reveal later.
Yep.
to see where we're at. So anybody who's read before, they know if you go to tpllp.com/Gregg, we've been able to monitor you.
Yes.
Going up. So can you remember your first run? How far it was and where you? Well, obviously we know you started at Land's End, but where did you get to from there?
I remember my first run because strangely enough it was on my birthday,
right?
Which is really early in the year. I went out for a 5k run and thought, this is easy. You know, this is going to be dead easy. And obviously it's not been. Yeah. It's been a challenge, but you know, little and often's been the way I've broken it down. But yes, my birthday on the 3rd of January. Yeah. This year was the first one, and then probably can't count how many in between then and now. Yes.
Because again, I remember you averaging it out, and I suppose rough and ready. If we look at the maths, if you probably ran 3 miles or so a day for 365 days.
Yes.
You'd hit it, but I also know as well as say the 5k run, which you kicked it off, you've run some really long runs as well. What's the furthest distance you've covered in one run?
Furthest distance is 31 kilometres. I do it in kilometres, not miles, so you might have to convert it.
So it's 16 kilometres for 10 miles?
Yep.
So just short of 20 miles.
Yes, yeah. So I did plan on doing a full marathon, but when I'd done a bit of research on it, the recovery time after a full, it actually takes you far longer to recover. Yeah. I'd have been worse off. I wouldn't have been able to continue the runs thereafter. Yeah. So I think Sunday mornings is when I've been getting out and doing the long ones. I think I've done 4 or 5 30Ks. Yeah. And probably the sweet spot's been half marathons. So I've done 13 of them this year.
13
as well.
Half marathons.
Yes. Unlucky for some.
Unlucky for you.
Yes.
I remember laughing when you were away on holiday. And you decided, because you'd been running on the treadmill, but you decided to run out and it was 100% humidity.
It was, 38 degrees, 100% humidity, and the slowest run I think
slowest
I've done
run of your life, yeah.
And I even waited a little bit later in the afternoon, but still when it was daylight, and that was a challenging one. On the seminars, worth pointing out another bad run, which was early doors when I in London ran from our hotel to Stamford Bridge to just do a quick tour of Stamford Bridge around the stadium and back, and almost got arrested for trespass. So that was another interesting one where I was accosted by some big security guards who wondered what I was up to in the dark and all me black running gear.
Well, let's talk about close shaves in a minute. We'll link it through, because today Gregg's been the end of the challenge.
Yes, last day.
So how far? And I'll talk about the close shave. There is a story.
Right.
It's how far have you ran today? What have you been doing?
So we've decided to finish today, and I still had a little bit owed, let's say, on the running. So the average was roughly 10 kilometres. But myself and a group of the team, including yourself, we finished with a half marathon. So we've ran 13.1 miles or
0.2, I think.
0.2. There you
Just to
go.
make sure it goes over.
I'm all up and down with miles and
Yeah,
kilometres.
I think it's
so
13.1, but we'll
21 something
make
in
sure.
kilometres.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. But yeah, there was 7 of us ran this morning. So we've ran from our head office where we're recording today to Team Valley where Cash for Kids have got the warehouse. It was great actually running there because a big empty warehouse but stacked full of toys was really motivating, and it gave me a good push in the back on the way back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good way to finish.
Yeah.
I think signing off on a half marathon.
No, it was, and the close shave bit was just as we entered Team Valley, and I was running next to you, and you just had to cross the road without looking, and a bike missed you.
Yes, by
I
about
remember,
that much.
Yeah, and I remember and the bloke went, ooh,
Yeah.
like a stupid noise he made, and I don't think he even made a noise.
Well, I looked
But,
for cars, I just didn't look for bicycles. So
bikes.
it was a busy enough road, but there was
No.
no cars. But
So I think that was a lucky escape, because that
Yes.
could have been a bad end. And then we came to the office,
it
feels
was
like
the
home.
home
I'd say.
straight.
The home straight,
Yes.
yes. And was anybody waiting for you? Was there any excitement?
Yes, I mean, I was just saying to the team before we started recording, I was overcome with emotion actually when I sort of come into the car park on the way around, and there was probably about 70, 100 members of staff, all done in the t-shirts,
Yeah.
which was lovely. Sort of through the finishing line, which was all set up, which was great, and it felt like fireworks, but they weren't. They were poppers.
Poppers, yeah.
But it felt like fireworks to me.
Yeah.
But they all went off, and the pleasure of meeting Steve and Karen, obviously, who are from Metro Radio.
Yeah.
I know the charity's very close to their heart as well. They're big advocates. I've spoke to them a couple of times on the radio over the year, giving them updates with how it's going on. Great to meet them in the flesh. Really, it's
Yeah.
always good, and you could tell what it meant to them as well, and the whole team from Metro and Cash for Kids behind the scenes and behind the cameras. The amount raised was, you could see, is going to make a big difference.
So that's the grand reveal, Greg. So last
lined
year,
that one up.
True Potential raised 12,000. Your
Yes.
target was to beat 12,000.
Yes.
Did you do it?
I did, yes. It's drum roll.
Yeah.
I actually started the year just wanting to raise funds. I didn't really, set the target. And then when you told us about the 12,000, I thought, well, there's a great thing to beat. It's a True Potential thing of beating last year,
Yeah.
isn't it? So delighted to say we raised £15,000.
Brilliant. So
Which is
3,000 above.
3,000 more.
Great. And I know, personally speaking, you were delighted to see, because you got such a nice spread of donations as well.
Mhm.
You've got donations from staff, from friends and family, but also actually a lot of advisors who know you as well.
Yes, I think one of our colleagues, David Black, sent a lovely note out to the advisors because, everyone's aware and can read blogs, but I think David quite forthcoming sent them a note
Yeah.
to say, Greg's doing this, and it's David knows me well. I hate running. Never been a good runner, but thought it would be a good challenge. And almost overnight, £2,000 came in, which was just
Brilliant.
fantastic.
And we actually haven't stopped yet, because we're recording this. We've got about a week, 10 days left of the month.
Yes,
So more mileage to go.
I'm sure.
I think, because there'll be a couple of little mean so-and-sos who haven't donated yet. And
Yes.
I think after maybe listening to some of this, Greg, and trying to put in context, I ran 13 miles today. I was exhausted. And you've done that 13 times this year. You've run 20 miles once, but you've also done these little and often runs as well. And that's really hard. It'd be okay if you were living in a nice, sunny, bright place, but we live in the northeast England.
Yes.
So to be able to do that day in, day out, I think is a true measure for yourself. So well done. And
Thank
I
you.
think if people haven't donated yet, follow the link, the tpllp.com/Greg side of things, and donate £1, donate £5. Think about the difference I think it'll make to those kids as well, to be able to wake up and actually have a smile on the face on the
Absolutely.
25th of December. So well done again from me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm never doing it with you again.
No,
But I know you're already thinking of next year's challenge, but
absolutely.
we'll not steal that.
No,
but
we'll keep that one till January.
absolutely. So thanks everybody for listening to us. Please do donate if you haven't already. Please do share and support Gregg. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Subscribing to the True Potential YouTube channel is quick and easy. Simply go to the channel on your desktop or through the YouTube app on your phone and click the subscribe button. You can then press the notification bell symbol if you wish to be notified as and when new videos are released. Doing this is a great way to keep yourself updated with market developments and personal finance insights. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and we look forward to continuing to help you do more with your money.